I'm going to probably start at the 5-minute mark here, just to let everyone know that I am live. All right, let me get this set up here. All right, let me get this set up. I need to. Oh, hello. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna get started here in a few minutes here. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes at least. I'm gonna see if a few more people join before I start, but I'm most likely going to start at the 5-minute mark. I just need to find one more group to let know that I'm live. Ooh, somebody else tuned in. Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm going to get started here in a couple minutes. All right, let me see. All right, it's 3:05 right now. I'm going to get started here in about 2 minutes here. Ooh, hello, Marco Rodriguez. How are you tonight? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Alienac, how are you? But yeah, I am. Wait a minute, Alienac. Are you Alienac47? Are you Xeno dude from my Discord server? I kind of knew it because you're like one of the only people that does that ooh woo face, so I kind of figured. How are you? All right, it's 4:25 right now, so I will get started here in 30 seconds at the 5-minute mark. All right, it is the 5 minute mark, so I am going to get started here. But first, just want to point this out too. I got new, bigger maps here in the background, so that is always good. I forgot my Sharpie. I will be right back with that. Sorry about that. This is just in case I get live call-ins. That way I can know I can mark you guys down on the map from where you're from. So I don't know why I do that. I just think it's kind of cool just because it just shows like kind of where everybody is in the world and where they're coming from. So, all right, guys, welcome to Cryptocast, your source for all things crypto related, paranormal, and unknown. I'm your host, Parker, and tonight I'm going to be talking about Japanese yokai. And if you don't know what a yokai is, it's either a creature or spirit that it has made its way through Japanese folklore for so many years, and there are so many of them too. So for this, I'm well, they even spawned their own game too. They spawned Yokai Watch, which I have not played yet. Personally, I like Pokemon a bit better, but hey, that's just me. So I so there's so many of these things. I don't know all of their names by heart. So it's just pretty much like a whole nother culture. So I am most likely I just have a little Wikipedia list. You can't tell because of the glare, but I have a little Wikipedia list pulled up on my phone just because I know I am going to forget some of the major ones and I'm going to butcher some of their names because there's like so many of these. It's a lot to remember. So I just have my little Wikipedia list pulled up and I'm just hoping I can go through the list here. And also, if you would like to call in to the stream to talk about a cryptid or suggest something or just talk about anything, how your day's going, just if you want, pretty much if you just want to be on the show, just call the number that is in the title, which is, I don't even know this number off the top of my head, which is really bad. Which is 636-283-2155. So I will be accepting calls throughout this night for the show. So please be sure to call in. The lines are now open. But hey, without further ado, I guess I'll start talking about these yokai. It's what you guys came out here tonight for. So, like I said, I don't know these off the top of my head, and I know I'm probably going to butcher the names of some of these. So so I know a few offhand. So we have a little Suki Nocho. The little Suki Nocho is adorable. It's a little fat snake. It has a tiny little skinny tail, but it's a cute little fat snake. And in some legends, the Suki Nocho is actually able to talk. And I think some people in Japan consider it a good luck symbol. So I guess if you find one, it's always good luck. It's always good luck. But yeah, it's just a tiny little fat like snake. It kind of looks like if a snake were a peanut, which is kind of weird to visualize. But I guess if you get anything out of this, just take away peanut snake, and that's what the Suki Nocho is. Hey, Umbreon Ranger. Hold on, I need to do something for you on here. There you go. Okay, Umbreon Ranger, I made you a mod for the stream just cuz. But so we talked about the Suki Nocho, and now we're going to talk about the Tanuki a little bit. It's not the penis snake. God damn. Hey, you're welcome. But the Suki Nocho, like I said, is a peanut snake, not a penis snake, a peanut. But I'm going to move on to the Tanuki a bit. So the Tanuki is a Japanese sort of raccoon dog. It's like half raccoon, half dog, and this thing sometimes they're known to cause mischief in Japan. Yes, and Umbreon Ranger in the chat made a very good point. The Tanuki inspired Mario's Tanuki suit, which allows him to fly a little bit in the Mario games. So they kind of did that. And also the character Tom Nook from, what is it? Animal Crossing? Yes, Animal Crossing. He is also a Tanuki. But the thing about the Tanuki is, too, sometimes they are depicted naked. They're they're usually seen having like giant testicles and genitals, and they're seen in some Japanese artwork chasing people and causing trouble. They're just like with their huge, they're just like waving their testicles at people, like just causing trouble. It's really weird, but I mean, I'm not going to question it because it is actually kind of cool. And that is what the Pokemon Zigzagoon is based off of. Zigzagoon is a Tanuki. All right. And now I kind of want to touch base on the Tengu a little bit. Nearly at 50 subscribers. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for getting me to almost 50 subscribers, guys. It means a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you for pointing that out, Umbreon Ranger. Appreciate you. So I did want to point out not point out, I want to talk about what a Tengu is. So a Tengu, it's sort of, that emoji, that red face emoji with the long nose, that is what a Tengu is. So a Tengu is usually depicted like as an older person with, it's like an older, they're Japanese demons, but but they have long noses, they have kind of weird feet where their feet are almost kind of like sandals, almost like old Japanese sandals. They wear a cloak. They live in the woods. Some of them are actually malevolent, and some of them are benevolent. And yes, Alien Knack 47 and Umbreon Ranger, the first one that you sent, Umbreon Ranger and Alien Knack, is the one that is the Tanuki. The second one that you guys sent is an Oni, and I will touch base on Oni in a minute here. But but the Tengu usually has a beard, and some of them cause mischief. Some of them are actually helpful to travelers, but they do have a fondness for gold. So they do like gold, and apparently, like if you catch one, they can grant a wish or something, like one non-impossible wish. So it's almost like a genie in a way, and that is what the Pokemon Shiftry is based off of. So Shiftry is, it has like the sandal feet like a Tengu. It has a long nose, has a big bushy beard, and it has leaves in its hands because its leaves. I mean, its hands are leaves because most Tengu are seen carrying some kind of leaves in their hand. And Shiftry is actually a dark type Pokemon, which in my opinion represents the Tengu's dark and sometimes sinister nature. So now that you guys have sent for this stream, oh, take your time, Umbreon Ranger, with that. I mean, I still don't even know how to set it up. I mean, I've been talking to somebody about how to set it up, but I still don't know how because they said like I have to use OBS to use it, and I still don't know how to use OBS. So right now I'm just doing that new YouTube live stream thing with that just films you with the webcam. So I mean, but just take your time with it. So now I would like to mention to you guys sent that emoji, so now I need to talk about Oni. Now, Oni, there are good Oni and there are bad Oni. And hold on, I just need to let somebody know that somebody just asked if I was live. I just need to let them know that I'm live. All right, sorry about that. But there are good Oni and there are bad Oni. So, I mean, you'll find that a lot with most of these. Yeah, Anna Marie, I just texted you letting you know that I was live. But there are good Oni and bad Oni. So you'll find that a lot in the Japanese culture and folklore. A lot of these yokai, they are either good or they are either bad. It's just really, really kind of, I don't know. It's sort of like two sides of the same coin kind of thing. There are good yokai and bad yokai. Some of them even in the same species, like the oni. Now the oni, they are pretty much what they're pretty much Japanese demons. Most of the time depicted evil. And I don't know if you guys remember the show Jackie Chan Adventures. They usually focus on more Chinese stuff, but they had this one little like season where they had these oni masks, and you could put the and they held the spirit of an oni general in there, and you put the oni mask on, and the oni mask just pretty much becomes a part of you and sort of possesses you, and you get its powers. But but yeah, I recommend if you haven't seen Jackie Chan Adventures, I recommend seeing it. It has dragons, it has magical talismans based on the Chinese zodiac, and it has that Japanese oni oni season, which is really cool, and it's just a really good series. I One of the seasons has a lot of filler in it, but it's good filler. But I do recommend watching that. So now I'm going to talk about the Teke Teke. Now, Teke Teke, this is actually a very, very scary urban legend. So, what happened? There was this one girl. She was a school girl. She was walking home from school. She walked onto the train tracks and she either slipped or tripped or something like that. And what, and the train didn't see her in time. The train came by, cut her in half, and now her now she roams the world as a vengeful spirit. And she got her name Teke Teke because she crawls on her elbows to get to where she needs to go because she doesn't have an upper half, I mean a lower half to her body. So she just kind of crawls on her elbows, which make a Teke Teke sound, kind of like when she walks, kind of like pulls, scrapes the ground a bit, and almost fell. And the most famous one is known as Kashima Raiko. And what happens is, um, I mean, I've heard this legend multiple times, so you guys are safe, but don't worry about that. But pretty much, if you know her legend, she appears to you in a bathroom, and she asks you like, where is my body, or like where are my legs, and you have to say they are on the railroad where she died. Bata bata, I have not heard that, but I've only heard of teke teke. But you have to, but so she asks you, once you hear a legend, she comes to you in the bathroom and she says, where are my legs? And you have to say they are on the railroad. I forgot the exact name of the railroad. I'm just double checking the wiki right now just to see if I can find it. But they have to say the on the My Shin Railroad. Oh, the top chat just disappeared for a minute. I think it was 3 weeks, maybe. Oh, and I will get to him, Alienac 47. I think no wait, it's 3 days. It's 3 days, Lemklin. It's 3 days. So she asks, "Where are my legs?" And you have to say, "Your legs are at the My Shin Railway." And then she'll ask, "What is my name?" And you have to say, "Mask, Death, Demon," because Kashima Raiko, translated in English, means Mask, Death, Demon. If you say her name is Kashima Raiko, she will instantly kill you. But if you say mask death demon, she will let you live, and you get to just go about your day pretty much like nothing happened. And then she'll move on to the next person who heard her legend. Don't worry, Umbreon Ranger. The first time I heard the story, I was freaking out for a little while, but I mean, nothing really happened, so you're good. I promise you, you are fine. So, all right, I just have to double check something here. Oh, that's right. I do want to talk about the Baku. The Baku is sort of an elephant and a tapir kind of fused together. If you know what a tapir is, it's sort of like this pig looking thing that lives in the Amazon. But the Baku is said to eat people's nightmares. And some people even have, in Japan, they have Baku statues next to their beds. So the Baku eat their bad dreams. And here, I'm just, since I really didn't describe a taper that well, I'm just going to show you what the Baku looks like. That is the Baku, if it'll focus. So some people in Japan have statues of Baku next to their beds, and they usually say "Baku Baku, eat my dreams" before they go to bed, because so that way they won't have any nightmares while they're asleep, and they can have a peaceful night's sleep, which I think is really cool. If you if you play Pokemon, that is what the Pokemon Drowsy and Hypno are based off of. They're based off of Baku because their signature moves put people to sleep, and then they use Dream Eater to eat those dreams. So Drowsy and Hypno are based off of the Baku. I have a case of Bakugan, so I'm all set. Ooh, I have a call coming in. I'm gonna answer it right here. Hello, you are live. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So I've been watching for a while now, man. I just wanted to tell you my appreciation for you.
Oh, thank you.
And I think you're doing a great thing here, and you're just awesome, man. And that's all I want to say. So
all right, thank you so much.
Off you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you for whoever called in. That was actually really nice. Thank you so much. So yeah, it is pretty much the equivalent of a dream catcher, which is really cool because the dream catchers are more of the Western kind of thing, and the Baku is more of a Japanese kind of thing. So I mean, it just kind of shows like we have similar beliefs in our cultures, but yet they're so different at the same time. So I'm going to see what else I have on this list because I mean I'm just kind of looking at the wiki here just to see what I can talk about because like I said before there's so many names here. I know I'm going to butcher so many of these names, so I apologize to all my Japanese friends in advance, but I am going to try my best, and there's just so many of these that I cannot memorize them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Alienac47. The Kappa is a yokai. So I did touch base on my Kappa 2 weeks ago while I was talking about sea monsters. And also, guys, I apologize for not streaming last week. I had a bad case of food poisoning and I was still recovering. So that is why this stream is a week late. So I am sorry about that. But the tell them how it steals souls from people's butts. I've actually never heard about that. I'm going to double check my source really quick. So, what a kappa is, it's pretty much just a giant water demon. It looks more like a mix between a turtle and a small child. What they do is they're known to drag people into the rivers and either drown them, kill them, eat them. It's just known to cause mischief and stuff. And it says they also have a really good taste for cucumbers. They have a divot on their head, like a huge circle with like a huge divot in their head, and with that divot, they store water in it, and the only way to defeat a kappa is to make them spill their water. And if you make a kappa spill its water, it will become your servant for as long as you live. Might eat people. Oh, it just causes mischief. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a thin line there, but but it's that Leopard turtle frog from Pokemon. Yes, it is Alien Act 47. The kappa is based Lotad, Ludicolo, and Lombre are based off of the Kappa line. I mean, not the Kappa line. No, there's no line of Kappa. They're just based off the Kappa. But one of the things that I like to, I talked about this 2 weeks ago as well. But in the show Arthur, I don't know if you guys remember Arthur, the show with the little aardvark kid with the glasses and the yellow sweater, who's always being a dick to his sister and whatever. There was this one girl in there named Sue Ellen who like traveled the world, and they heard these noises in the woods, and she's like, "What if it's a kappa?" And everybody's just like, "What the heck is a kappa?" And they say, and Sue Ellen explains that it's like a river demon from Japan. And the only way to defeat is to make it bow. In other words, like spill its water. So they all kind of imagine like what would happen if a kappa attacked. So what happened was Buster was imagining it, and they're walking in the woods, and out of the river, little creek, a kappa jumps out, and everybody's freaking out. And Buster's like, "Hey, look, a $5 bill!" And the kappa just goes, "Oh," just spills its water, and he's just like, "Oh, damn, I'm stuck." Does it really? I've never seen Hellboy before. And yes, Anna Marie, you have to refill its water. Ooh, I got another call. I'm gonna actually take it right here now. Hello, thanks for calling a Cryptocast. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. My day's been pretty good.
That's good.
Uh, would would you be okay if I told a joke for the stream?
Yeah, jokes are fine. I love jokes. Go for it.
All right. So here's a pretty good one. Once upon a time, a son asked his father, "Why do they say people have green thumbs when working in the garden when they wouldn't?" And the father said, "Son, it's just an expression. Like when you get caught stealing and they say I caught you red-handed, when in reality, their hands are brown."
Oh my god. That was actually pretty funny. I think they hung up. Okay then. All right. Well, thank you for calling in if you're still on the line. Or no, my phone froze. Rip. Uh Hold on. What the heck? My phone line is messing up. What the heck? I hate this app, but I do need to use this. I'm just having a few technical difficulties, and yeah, the way to. But let me see, Anna Marie. Before I got called, you have to refill with water, then you can own it. Also, if you rip its arms up, it will do a favor for their return. Yes, that is true. And but yeah, you do have to fill its thing up with water for it to be your servant, and then the way trick um I don't know what the heck the smiley face is to bow, as they are very polite yokai and are a stickler for formalities. Yes, that is true. Hmm. Hmm. But let me see too. But what I'm kind of feeling like in a way too is like while I'm doing the show on here, people like I think people are actually kind of thinking like I'm doing what like the Jehovah Witness hotline and the Buddhism hotline are. I mean, for that's really not the case, but it I'm just really just trying to do my own thing here for the show for people. So just kind of putting that out there. But it doesn't let you say kappa. I have never heard of it not letting you say a word. That is super weird. Yeah, that is weird. It but uh, oh, there's also I forgot about this one. I don't know why I didn't consider it a yokai, but there is a cryptid out there called the Hibagon. And now what the Hibagon is, it is a Japanese Bigfoot, and it is depicted in the show Secret Saturdays. This one scientist actually managed to swap his mind with a frozen body of a Hibagon. Ugh, sorry, there I just have a little indigestion. But in the Secret Saturdays, the scientist was able to swap his brain with a Hibagon, just kind of go on a little rampage. But what is that? No, I'm still on the line with that person. I need a. Oh, I hate this phone. I hate my phone app. So I think that took care of it though. But yeah, the Hibagon is essentially a Japanese Bigfoot, which I do think is really cool. And then I wanted to talk about the Akorakomi. And the Akorakomi is pretty much the Japanese equivalent of a kraken. Now, what the Akorakomi is, it's a giant octopus, and it's known to just destroy ships, attack people. It lives like in the waters in the coast off of Japan, and it goes down in legend like for years. So it's just essentially just a giant octopus, much like the kraken of Greek mythology, and I just think that's really cool. Um, I'm trying to find a certain one. Anna Marie, if you know this one in the chat, feel free to let me know. It is the one with the woman who has a mouth on the back of her head. I forgot that one's name. If you know what that is, just please let me know in the chat. I I kind of forgot. So I did do a little research, but I mean, it's just hard to remember all their names. Um, Yokai. Okay, I found it. I found it. Her name is, yes, thank you, Lenklin, and thank you, Anna Marie. Fudakuchi Ona. She is, she's a woman. She has a mouth on the back of her head, and her hair actually can grab things and eat them. So I'm just going to show a picture of what that looks like. So this one man, he he married this one girl, and the whole time she did not want to eat anything. And he didn't know why, but he woke up and he found a lot of his food missing. And so he decided one night to figure out what was going on. So he went to bed. So he acted like he was going to bed, and he let his wife know, "Hey, I'm going to bed." And then he pokes his head out of the room, and he sees the lady just sitting there. She has a huge gaping mouth on the back of her head, and her hair is pulling all this food and all this stuff into the mouth on the back of the head. And he like freaks out and runs out of the house. And yes, some of you guys have mentioned it in the chat. It's what the Pokemon Mawile is based off of, and Mega Mawile as well. Phila from Skullgirls. Let me see. I don't think I've seen that. Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I've just never heard of Skullgirls. Um, okay, so this is the one that um, Alienac 47 has been requesting for a while in this chat. I just forgot the name, so I had to look it up, and my thing keeps kind of glitching. Claire Denmore is inspired by the Fiona. I have never seen Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, so that is on my watch list. But This is the one that, but the one I'm talking, but what I'm about to talk about right now is the one that Alienac 47 um, is wanting me to talk about. And by the way, I am adding that Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children to my watch list. So this one is called the Shirame. Now, the Shirame, it looks like a normal human from a distance, but it has an eye right where its butthole should be, and it walks backwards with its butt in the air, and it just looks at people and horrifies them. Now, it's not a malevolent creature at all. All it does is just plays jokes on people and tricks people and just likes to see their scared reactions. And I don't know, in a way, I kind of feel like this is what that one creature, well, from Pan's Labyrinth is based off of to a certain extent. Now, I haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth yet; it's on the list, but I mean, this creature just has one eye on its butt; you can't see it. So I feel like it's that one creature that has a thing with like the eyes that does like that is based off of. So, and I do want to talk about the umbrella really quick. The Casa Obake. So yeah, the Casa Obake is an umbrella with one eye, 1 foot. It just sort of hops around and just sort of it just harasses people pretty much. I mean, it's not known to um, do anything bad to people, just pretty much harass them. And thank you, Rain. I forgot to talk about Yukiona. I forgot her name. But yeah, Yukiona is the spirit of a Japanese woman that died out in a snowstorm. Now on snowstorms, when all these people just travel in the snow, she apparently shows up and she is a very dangerous yokai, and she freezes people to death to suffer the same fate as she did out in the snowstorm. So she is not a person or a spirit that I would want to mess with. And um Lenkiln, you suggested the Tenome. Tenome. I'm not sure about that one. Oh, the Tenome. That is I should have known it was a vampire. You like vampires. Or is it a vampire? Okay, I did not really know about this one. So thank you. This I'd say the Tenome kind of resembles more of the creature from Pan's Labyrinth, and I thought it was a vampire, but it is not a vampire. But it does it's like an old man. He has eyeballs on his hands, which is really kind of creepy. Just imagine this thing chasing you. He like chases people during the night, and it just scares the living crap out of people. And also, there's the Jiangashi, which is sort of a undead Japanese vampire, which is cool. It has like a little note like right here on its forehead, which is sort of like supposed to prevent like it from rising from the dead, but somehow it still does. And it's really slow, but it always has its arms outstretched like this, and it just hops towards you really slowly. And if it catches you, it drinks your blood and turns you into a Jiangashi as well. So sort of that vampire lore right there in itself, which is um, really creepy. Well, actually, no, Jiangashi is Chinese. I thought Jiangashi was Japanese. I just saw something here that said it was Chinese. So that was my apologies right there. As some of this is pretty much Hyaki Yu-Gi-Oh! I will take a look at that one. This is sort of like yokai, sort of like a new, like I know about it, but it's sort of a newer territory to me. So, um, thank you guys for suggesting things to look up and talk about in the comments over there. I really appreciate that. I love me some Japan. I love Japan too. Kono deal de sono duero stando dua. Hyaki. Oh yeah, if you guys like anime too, since we're talking about Japan, let me know in the live chat what your favorite anime is. I would love to hear about that, and I will share mine. Ooh, the Haki Yago, the parade of a night parade of 100 demons. That sounds horrifying. Legend has it that every year the yokai will lead that the yokai Neurarihian um, will lead all the yokai through the streets of Japan during summer nights. Anyone who comes across the procession would perish or be spirited away. No anime, no spirit away reference right there. But unless protected by handwritten scrolls by anti-yokai spellcasters, it said that only in that Onmyoji clan head is strong enough to pass Neurohiji's Hyaki Yago unharmed. So it pretty much sounds like a Japanese version of the Night Marchers of Hawaii. Now, if you don't know what the Japanese Night Marchers of Hawaii are, they're pretty much ancestral spirits that walk the same trail every night. Forget Mardi Gras, hell yeah. So it just walks. So the night marchers walk the path every night, and if you are part of, and if you one of your relatives, like or ancestors, walks in the tribe with them, then you're fine. But if not, you usually have to take off all your clothes and cover yourself in urine to show your respects to the night marchers. But then again, I will probably cover those like in a Hawaiian or Hawaiian video. But since we're talking about Japanese, um, we were talking about a demon parade, which reminded me of the night marchers from Hawaii. So since we were talking about anime though as well, my favorite anime, it's tied for two, is Panty and Stocking and Ghost Stories, the dub. So just a little break here. Ghost Stories, it was so bad in Japan. Like it failed so badly in Japan, but despite the fact I thought it was pretty good, it failed in Japan when it came over to America and Western audiences. The creator said you can dub it however you want, but just keep it on track. So it's pretty much a parody of itself, and it is the best thing. With like some quotes being, "Don't worry, Ketchero, monsters only eat evil people like Republicans, and we're not even old enough to vote." It's just like funny stuff like that that just makes the whole anime so much better. And you can meet so many different yokai in there, and I strongly recommend it. Like I say go take a look at it, like whenever you get the chance after this live stream. It is a good anime. I strongly recommend it. But yeah, that demon parade sounds horrible. That's, I mean, well, not horrible, just scary. All right. And hmm. And then I know there's a Spider Woman yokai. I forgot what her name is. Parasite, awesome anime. That actually kind of freaked me out a bit when I saw it. I still need to watch it. It's on my list. Yeah, surprisingly, an anime actually freaked me out. Something spooked the spookster. So I need to watch it still. But I saw it like when I was a little younger, so that's probably why. Joro Gumo. I feel like I have to say these with like a Japanese accent with a Japanese accent. Joro Gumo. I think I pissed my dogs off. They're barking up there. Yeah, Joro Gumo. That is the Spider Woman. So she acts like a normal woman, and then she lures men in, and then she reveals her spider shape, and then she eats them, which would actually be legit horrifying for me because I am like spiders are my least favorite animal. So yeah. So if you really want to see me scream like a little bitch, yeah, you know what to do. Oh, also, before I forget, I would like to take this time to announce I finally got around to it, guys. I made a Twitter. So the link for that is in the description below. You guys can follow me. I will post cryptid stuff. I will post um, stream updates. I will post like news updates like on cryptids and everything that have been found and discovered and all this fun stuff. So please, please, please be sure to follow me on Twitter. The link to that is in the description below. I recently just made that like a few days ago. And sorry if I keep burping. I like legit have really bad indigestion. I ate a burrito. Probably shouldn't be the best thing before the stream, but yeah. But yeah, Jorogumo is a terrifying one. I know Anna Marie, you have a bunch of you love this stuff, so we Mexicans screwed you. Oh my god. It depends. Oh, how can I forget Suki? I will take a look at that. But while I'm looking for that one that you suggested, Lincoln, I forgot one of the most important, most like fundamental yokai. I can't believe I forgot this one. You guys can call me out in the comments. I forgot the kitsune. The kitsune is a nine-tailed fox spirit. So if you have seen Naruto, you know what I'm talking about. A kitsune is pretty much the nine-tailed spirit, which is sealed inside Naruto, and it and there are stories of it being aggressive, stories of it being helpful. It just really depends on what you want to do with it. But there is, I don't know if you guys have heard SCP containment breach, but I mean, you probably have this point. It's pretty famous. But if you don't know what it is, it stands for secure, contain, protect. There is a Chinese version of a kitsune. It has like its own name. I forgot what the Chinese version is called, but it hates being called a kitsune, and it can change its shape into like a human or whatever it wants. And there was in like the lore for this Chinese kitsune from the SCP Foundation, it says it transformed into somebody in a fur costume, like a furry, and it attacked a and killed a bunch of people at a furry convention. But I mean, that's just the game lore. So I mean, that never happened, but it's just the game lore, and I just think that's kind of funny. So I will look up the one that you suggested. Link. Let me see. Tsuchigumu. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, these things are pretty much just giant spiders, and it says some degree by the Chinese bird spider, which commonly referred to as the earth tiger. So so I think these ones might have been proven to be real. They were just really big tarantulas that are known to attack birds, which is really cool. Killed a bunch of people at a furry convention. First thing I hear when I log back in. Oh my god, I am sorry. I was just talking about the Chinese version of the kitsune and about the lore from the game SCP Containment Breach. But yeah, the Tsuchigumo, it's pretty much it's like a giant spider. I mean, I think this one's been proven to be real. They say it's a giant. It's just like it was found out to be a giant tarantula, so that's cool. It kind of shows that anything can be out there, really. And you suggested Raiju. Raiju. Ooh, okay, this one's cool. When you said Raiju, I thought you said Raijin, the Japanese god of thunder. But no, this guy is cool. Look at this one, guys. That guy is cool. It means thunder animal or thunder beast. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the one that Raikou is based off of in the Pokemon universe. it's the companion of Raijin, the Shinto god of lightning, and the beast is generally calm and harmless, but during thunderstorms it becomes agitated. In pop culture, Naruto Shippuden, it's in Naruto, it's in Pacific Rim, resembling a crocodile, a crocodile, a crocodile or a mosasaur. I combined crocodile and mosasaur and said crocodile. But it's in Naruto, it's in Pacific Rim, and I also pretty sure that is what the Pokemon Raikou is based off of. Oh, also just for the new people, I got that just tuned in. I got new maps in the background. Just the other ones were like way too small, so I got new maps. Um, but yeah, that's really cool. And then we got Raijin, the god of thunder, as well. And yeah, there's just so many Japanese yokai. I mean, I'm kind of glad there's a whole wiki for them. Otherwise, I would not be able to memorize all of these. Um, oh, there's also this little thing called a shojo. It's this thing covered in like orange fur. It's hashtag GoFundMe, bigger maps, make it happen. Oh, I wish. I wish. But I do need something to make this background like pop a little bit more because it's just boring white, guys. It's just this boring white background. I need something to make this pop more. So really, what I need to do, I need to find like some more pictures. I need to hashtag bigger maps for Parker. Steal your teacher's projector. Um, that could work. That could work. I could just say that Bigfoot did it or the Missouri Monster did it because that's where I'm from, Missouri. But what I'm thinking about doing is if I have an email, I have an email, but I'm thinking maybe like one day, I don't know, or I'll just say it now. If you guys want to send me some fan art, like some cryptid fan art on like through my email, I would gladly print it out and put it in the back and just have it featured on this channel. So if you guys want to do that, I mean, I would greatly appreciate that, sending me some fan art. But I got you. Give me a week. All right. And my email is in the description below. So if you want to send me fan art, be sure to email me. If you don't, that's fine too. But Tomino is a creepy run. Oh, oh no, 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 no. Isn't that Tomino's Hell? No, that is a horrifying one. Oh no. No, no, no. And then there's Cowman too. That is scary. No, no, no. It is a cursed poem. I am not reading a cursed poem. I am not taking that chance. But yeah, I never finished talking about shoujo. It is a it's like an orangutan. It's covered in red fur. It's known to love alcohol, man bear pig. But yeah, this is what a shoujo looks like. But just picture it covered in red fur, and that's what a shoujo is. And it says it loves alcohol and loves to drink. Um, Sounds like my one ginger friend IRL. But I mean, shout out to you for watching this. But oh, there's one I forgot. Anna Marie, help me out here. It's the giant whale skeleton. The giant whale skeleton. The one thing that kids love, giant whale skeletons. Cassane. What is a cassane? Yokai. Oh, this thing's scary. It is based on true events. Holy shit. It's pretty much like a it's pretty much a grudge over time that manifested itself as a spirit. That is creepy. Look at that, guys. And now I will back a Kujir Yokai. Baka Kujira. Yes, Anna Marie, you were correct. It is the ghost of a whale spirit, and it's a skeleton whale. So look at that. That thing's creepy though, but I love it. Oh, it's the ghost of a whale that was killed while whaling. Well, no, it didn't whale, didn't go. "Ah." It whaling the thing with the harpoon. I actually have a harpoon somewhere in here. And yeah, it was a really bad pun. I am so sorry. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much just a whale carcass. All the things that the kids are into these days. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and whale carcasses. And AO, let me take a look at that. And if any of you guys can help me, what is the giant like skeleton cryptid, the giant human skeleton that eats people? Oh, hey, you missed my really bad whale pun, Umbreon Ranger. Aeolanden, the Blue Lantern, appears during ghost telling parties. Diet fear. I can unmoderate you, Umbreon Ranger. But yeah, it's a blue lantern. It feeds off of fear and it appears during ghost telling parties. And look at that. It looks like an Oni. It has like an Oni mask. No, 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 no. You're good, Umbreon Ranger. I'm just messing with you. Um, the Peruvian skeleton. No, no, no. It's the giant Japanese, like Titan, like colossal Titan, like size skeleton. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Lincoln Gashadokuro. Gashadokuro. So this thing is known to rise out of the sea and it's known to eat people. It's a giant skeleton, like a huge giant skeleton. I'm just going off what I think I can link him. So it's created from the amassed bones of people who died of starvation or in battle without being buried. They roam after midnight, grabbing lone travelers and biting off their heads to drink their spraying blood. So those things are horrifying. Heck, try imagine running into one of those in a dark alley. Hinagami, I will take a look at that. Also, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm stuttering as well. Sometimes I talk faster than what my mind can put out. Like I get really excited about this stuff. So usually when I get really excited about this stuff, I kind of pause for a minute, kind of repeat the same thing a few times, and kind of stutter a little bit. So I apologize about that. I mean, not if it was in the fetal position, Lincoln. Oh, Umbreon Ranger. I got something for you. The Hinagami. It is known as the doll god or doll spirit. Look at this thing. Just for you, Umbreon Ranger. It is a doll Umbreon Ranger. They're powerful spirits from Toyama Prefecture. They reside in dolls and grant their owners wishes. Hinagami come with a catch. If a new request is not made as soon as a wish is granted, the Hinagami will demand what is next. As soon as that request is fulfilled, the Hinagami demands another and another and another. This pattern never ends because their creation comes out of human greed. So you have to keep wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing. Otherwise, ooh, that's scary. And Umi, oh, oh, the Umibuzu, the giant black thing that comes out of the water. I will talk. Let me see. I will get to him in a minute because Umbreon Ranger, you did have a good question. Like, what if you don't wish? They cling to their creators obsessively, never leave their side. The Inagami's attachment is so powerful, in fact, that even death cannot separate it from its master. When a Hinagami's creator dies, the Hinagami will follow them to hell and haunt them for all of eternity. And I think even if you wish for something impossible, it will grant it. Oh, you can create a Hinagami yourself. It gives you this website gives you steps on how to create one. Though I do not suggest doing it. Yes, and I did tell that story, Rain. So, and I think even if you ask for an impossible wish, it will try its best to grant it. But yeah, the Umibozu is a giant black creature coming out of the sea, and it capsizes anyone on the ship who dares speak to it. So I think the only way you can get past this one is if you just sort of just try not to acknowledge its existence. So you just have to pretend it's not there because if you speak to it, it will capsize your ship and kill everyone on board. And Kasha. Hey, look, everybody. It's Kasha. I found the actual one. Oh. Lives in populated areas. Oh, it's a cat monster, and it eats dead human bodies that it kills itself. It's a fire cat. They live among humans disguised as ordinary house cats. However, they reveal their true nature during funeral services. They snatch corpses out of their coffins. That is true, Lincoln. I knew there was more to the legend. So yeah, what Lincoln said in the chat, guys, if it will ask for a bucket of water to fill the ship that it can fill to sink your ship with. And really, the only way you can get away from it is if you give it a bucket with a huge hole in the bottom, so it can't fill it up, and it'll give you time to get away from the umibuzu. But yeah, the kasha is it's a pretty much a demon fire cat that pretty much crashes funerals. Kanbari Nudu. Let me take a look. Kanbari Nudu. It just looks like a man, an old man. And I will get to Katawa Guruma in a minute after I talk about this one. Let me its own. It lives in bathrooms and it's omnivorous. There are many conflicting accounts about what the Kinbari Nudu actually does. What is certain is that it lurks outside of bathrooms on New Year's Eve and peeks into the window at people using the toilet. It's a peeping Tom. It's literally a peeping Tom. What happens next varies. In general, this yokai brings bad luck for the coming year. It tries to stroke or lick the person using the toilet. Sometimes it inflicts constipation on those who see it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's literally a perverted. Oh my god. Lankum, this is why I like you. Kata. But no, it. Oh my gosh, that yokai is literally a perverted old man. Katawaguruma is known as. It's called the crippled wheel. It lives in hell and roams on roads and mountains, and it eats souls. Instead of a giant muck's head stuck in a wheel, it appears as a tormented naked woman riding a single flaming ox cart wheel, eternally suffering and burning with pain. It These demons bestow powerful curses on any who see them, and this curse spreads rapidly through town by the sharing of news and gossip. Eventually, this can bring calamity upon the entire village. There is evidence that the Kataguruma has a capacity for mercy alien to its male counterpart. And then the other one is Wanyudo, which translates to wheel priest, and it eats souls and eats babies, and it lives in hell. Um, when a Nudo is sighted, smart towns people keep off the roads at night, stay away from all doors and windows to avoid any notice by this demon. Then extra cautious decorate their homes with prayer charms in hopes that the monster will be repulsed and not come near. Merely witnessing the Nudo set a strike calamity upon a whole family. Most have their souls torn from their body and brought to hell by the wheel. That is horrifying. And also, what I would like to talk about too, there are two more I forgot that I would like to mention. Um, there is the Kuchisaka Ona, the slit mouth woman. So pretty much it's a woman with like a really big Joker face. So if you guys do not know um, who the Kuchisaka Ona is, she what she does is she was hurt by her husband as a samurai when he found out she was cheating on him. Oh, and I did talk about Oni earlier in the stream, but the Kuchisaka Ona, she so when the samurai found out that she was cheating, he took his sword, sliced her mouth from ear to ear, and he said, "Now who will find you pretty now?" Now she roams the now she roams the streets of Japan as a woman, and who wears a surgical mask, which is pretty common down there because a lot of people wear them down there because of the polluted air and all the other stuff. So she wears a surgical mask, and she approaches people on the street and she asks, "Am I pretty?" And if you say no, she will kill you on the spot. And if you say yes, she would she would take her mask off, revealing her disfigured mouth. And she says, "Am I pretty now?" And if you say no, she will kill you. And if you say yes, she will cut your mouth to match hers. There are only like a couple ways to get away from Kuchisaka Ona, and that is if you class cow smile. And there are only two ways to get away from her. One, you can say, "You're average," and she'll be confused, which will give you time to get away. Or she's very polite. Despite what she does, she's very polite. So if you say, "Oh, I'm in a rush," or "I have somewhere to be," or "I'm in a hurry," she'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," bow, and then let you go on your way. So there's that. And hold on. There was one I wanted to cover, Lincoln, um, before I get to Akamanto. I can't think of its name. Mm-hmm. I can't think of its name. There is this one ghost in the bathrooms of Japan. It usually inhabits the last stall. And I'm sorry, guys. My dogs are kind of freaking out. If you guys can hear that, but there's this one ghost that inhabits the last stall in the public bathrooms of Japan, and you're in there, and you hear from the stall over. It says, "Would you like red toilet paper or blue toilet paper?" And if you answer red toilet paper, you will get like, oh, there's a fire truck up there. So I'm sorry if you guys hear the dogs, but oh, that's Akamanto. Okay. But yeah, you ask red toilet paper or blue toilet paper. And if you say red toilet paper, you will be like beat up to like a bloody pulp because red to it means blood. So hello, Flame Boy is awesome. And what it is so yes, for red toilet paper, you'll die some way that involves blood. It will kill you. Like your throat will either be slit, you'll get beat to a bloody pulp, and I don't know why I punched myself there. I'm not even doing it that hard, but you'll get beat to a bloody pulp. Just some way you will die with blood. And then if you say blue toilet paper, you will die in the bathroom stall of suffocation. Now, if you try to outsmart it and ask for another colored toilet paper, like if you say, like if I ask, would you like red or blue toilet paper, and you say, oh, can I have yellow? It will drag you to hell. So there is that, which is absolutely horrifying. So, have I really been going for an hour? I did not know that. Oh my god. Just tell them you don't wipe. I mean, no. Don't use your hand, guys. Remember, always wash your hands after you get done taking a shit. But all right, so I have been streaming for well over an hour now. So I'm not doing a double episode. I mean, I could, but I mean, I don't really have a topic. But I mean, if you guys, so I might end it here, but thank you all for coming out. So be sure to check out all my social media in the link in the description below. Check out my new Twitter, which is there as well. Also, guys, please be sure to, if you're new, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification because, like I said, I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this channel. I might upload just like some little fun videos here and there. I might not always, I mean, I'm going to do live streams. I'm thinking about changing like my live stream schedule at some point, maybe making it Saturdays or something. So please be sure to hit that bell notification. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you didn't, I mean, well, you can dislike it, but Kuchisaka Ona might be coming if you do. And also, like I said, guys, if you would like to contact me at all, best way to get me is my social media in the link in the description below. Check out my Tumblr, check out my Discord, check out my new Twitter. If you guys would like to send me some fan art or something for the wall in the back, I will just send that to my email, which is in the link in the description below, and I will shout it out. I will shout you out in the next video. And yeah, with that being said, um, thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like me to cover any more Japanese stuff like this, because since there's so many, please let me know. And also, guys, let me know what topic you want me to do for the next coming weeks, or what topic you would like me to see me do in the future. Like, I could do one about like the different varieties of Bigfoot from around the world. I could do one about dragons. I had a request from Umbreon Ranger in the chat here to do one about dragons specifically, so I might be doing that sometime, and just all this cool stuff. So please let me know what topics you would like me to do. I could even do one about aliens. Sleep paralysis, I could do sleep paralysis, but I mean, I could do a special paranormal video one day talking about the different things that happen in sleep paralysis, like because that is a good suggestion. I could add that in a paranormal video. I could do, because sleep paralysis, I could talk about the shadow people, the mayor. I could just add it to it, and so there's really not a lot to talk about. If I am planning on doing a dial one Umbreon Ranger, but I mean, also too, if you guys have sleep paralysis, or actually, whenever I put, or also, I would love to hear some of your guys' stories as well. So really, um, I will post. So really, if you guys like to send me any of your stories as well, and I hate Russian dolls; they're so full of themselves. That's actually a good one. I love puns. But really, if you guys would like to send me your stories, you can send them to me through my email, through my Twitter, through my social media, through my Tumblr, Discord, and maybe if you guys want, I could do a stream where I read stories submitted by you guys, because I think that would be really fun to do. Because well, I mean, I'd be reading them over first just to make sure they're good and everything, and then I would be reading them to you guys. So really, if you guys would like to send me a story for a future stream that you would like me to read, my social media, like I said, is in the link in the description below. Just let me know what other topics you would like me to do for a stream. And with that being said, guys, thank you for watching Cryptocast. I've been your host, Parker. Have a good night and a good weekend, guys. I will see you next time.